Hi, achievers. Hello, hello. How are you? I hope everyone is fine as you watch this video. My name is Angela Nzilani. I am a life coach and I'm a corporate trainer. And I am very passionate about mental wellness. And today, being on a Monday, we are doing our first episode on Mental Wellness Monday. Mental Wellness Monday on Angela Nzilani show. And today's topic is about nurturing your mind and protecting your inner peace. So you nurture your mind to protect your inner peace. So mental wellness is not a luxury. Mental wellness is a place for us to thrive in, and it's a necessity. So we have to take care of our mental wellness. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of this. We have to take care of what goes on in our minds, creating that stillness so that we get the clarity that we need for us to thrive on an uh, everyday in our everyday life. So mental wellness is not something that we put aside for us to do everything else and then this one comes later. It is something that we must be very cautious about, and we have to be also very conscious. So we handle it with consciousness. So you know what you're doing and you know why you need to work on it. So, as we begin, let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your mental health? How do you look at yourself? How mentally peaceful are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in your mental wellness? Maybe to help you answer that question, you can reflect on some things like, um, how am I really doing? How are you really doing? Are you really okay? When was the last time you paused? You took a pause and took a deep breath and truly asked yourself, how am I really doing? So this is asking yourself that authentic question for you to be able to reflect and assess yourself. It's very necessary to keep assessing ourselves because we tend to work on everything else and we forget our minds. We forget that you can be very free out here doing whatever you want, but you are the most imprisoned person. So, how is your mind? Are you in a prison or how are you doing personally? So, keep asking yourself that question as we go along. So, why is mental wellness important? Why do we have to work on our minds, on ourselves? The world today is full of stress because there's a lot that we need to do. There's a lot that is required for us to do. You want to achieve something, but there's a lot of competition for you to get out and do what you want to do without having to worry who has taken your client or who is doing better than you. There's a lot of comparison and there's a lot of pressure because the economy worldwide is bad, is not good, it's not friendly for us to live in peace. So we have to take care of our minds and our mental wellness because we are trying to avoid burnout, first of all. So avoiding burnout, when you're going through burnout, it's like every part of you is tired and you cannot do your best. You cannot do what you need to do. We need also to take care of our mental wellness because we need to also take care of our productivity. So if we don't take care of our minds, then we find that we have very low productivity. We also, if we don't take care of our minds, we find ourselves in broken relationships, and we also find ourselves in very many or several physical health issues. You know, issues like there's a study that I'm not sure if it's been passed yet, but there are some theories that are they are trying to research on the causes of cervical cancer, and some of the studies are showing that uh, when a woman goes through a lot of pain and resentment, we tend to take that pain and we put it in our most feminine place, which is our uterus, our womb. So we kind of nurture it there. And that's why we are getting these growths and cysts. One of the reasons, not every reason, it's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons why we tend to get those growths and such kind of things. So what are you holding on to that needs to go, that needs to be taken away from you? What is that thing that needs to go? So I keep asking yourself those questions. So mental wellness doesn't mean that we do not have problems. So mental wellness doesn't mean that there is no issue going on with you. So taking care of your mental wellness doesn't mean that you have everything you need or everything you want. Of course, we have everything we need, but maybe we have to ask ourselves, what is that thing that I want? What are those things that I want, that I need to have? And you will realize that there are many, many things that you're desiring that you don't have. But it doesn't mean that your mental wellness is not cannot be taken care of. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. So you can't take care of you cannot stop those waves that are going on in your life. So in the sea, you cannot you cannot stop those waves, but you can take initiative to learn to surf. And once you learn to surf, sailing through the waves becomes easier. So mental wellness is not really about living without stress. Stress is always going to be there. It's not about living without heartbreaks. It's not about living without problems and struggles. They will always be there. All these things will always be there. But mental wellness, it comes from taking care of your inner strengths, those things that allow you to navigate through difficult moments. So mental wellness is about taking care of the inner you. When the inner man is okay, no matter how many problems and issues we go through, we are still going to thrive. So no matter what is going on inside your mind, no matter what is going on outside in the outer worlds, what is going on inside of us is what is going to determine if we are going to be okay. When the inner man is okay, the world is a beautiful place for us to live in. So how is the inner man? Is the inner man in you okay? And when I talk about the inner man, I include women. So the inner man, the inner woman, the inner child, are they okay? And if they are not, then you're going to be having a lot of troubles navigating through lives. The waves will come and drown you. The waves will come and sweep you away. So you have to take care of that inner peace, um, that inner you. So how do we protect the inner peace? How do we protect this that peace? First of all, we have to identify the things that drain our energy. When you wake up in the morning, how is your energy when you wake up in the morning? What are those things that you do, and what are those people in your life that are draining your energy? So when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself how you feel. Just do a small short audit of yourself. How do I feel today? And am I ready to tackle what I need to tackle today? And if I'm not ready, then what do I need to do in this morning? Instead of doing what drains my energy, what can I do to increase my energy? Something else you need to also look at is what triggers your anxiety? What triggers you into anxiety? Is it people? Is it things that we find ourselves very anxious about life? So there are anxiety moments. Where do they come from? What are those things that make you, or what are those people that keep you anxious? And then check on your boundaries. What are those boundaries that you have drawn, and you find yourself, you find yourself, maybe overstepping your boundaries or letting people overstep their boundaries. And again, what is that one boundary that you would like to take or to draw, and you have been hesitating to set it? So setting your boundaries and asking yourself, what is this? What is it about my boundaries that maybe I've been taking time to draw or to set? What boundary do I need to set today? So saying no to the things that hurt you and saying yes to your mental wellness is one and the same thing. So saying no to what hurts you is equal to saying yes to your mental wellness. So the things that break you, the things that hurt you, the things that uh, take away your peace, you need to say that no to them, because that is saying yes to building your mental wellness. Now, there's some daily practices that you can do to create hygiene, mental hygiene in your mind. So, what are those powerful daily things you can do that we take for granted? You know, those things that we ignore, that those things that we think that, do I need to waste my time on this? So, instead of just those things that should be very normal, like brushing your teeth or combing your hair or washing your face when you wake up, freshening up. What do you do when you wake up? There are other things that we have to take care of that we ignore, that are going to help us to take care of our mental hygiene. And number one is mindful breathing. So, breathing, and you are putting your mind into that breathing. This is going to take care of your nervous system. It's going to nurture your nervous system. So breathing and taking, breathing, let me call it breathing consciously. So being able to take some time off everything, set a few minutes aside. You can say 5 minutes, you can even say 2 minutes. It's going to make a lot of difference. And breathe in. This is going to help you to calm down and to calm your system and take care of your nervous system. Number two is thought detox, detoxing your thoughts. How do we detox our thoughts? Most of our thoughts, especially when we are not conscious, are usually negative thoughts. Most of our thoughts, most of the things that we go through, that go through our minds, especially about ourselves, are usually negative thoughts. That's why we come up with things like fear. That's why we feel that we may not be enough to accomplish what we want. So instead of telling yourself, I am not growing, you can say, I am learning. I'm learning. So I am not growing. You counter that thought and that saying that you're saying in your mind with a positive thought. So you say, instead of saying, I am not learning, or no, I'm not growing, you say, I am learning. So learning is part of growth. So you keep speaking positivity to yourself. And then we need to have digital boundaries. Digital boundaries, taking intentional breaks from social media. Intentional breaks from social media. Over the holidays, I've seen the way children have become glued to the screens, and especially phones. And nowadays, with these games that have come up, children are even playing with strangers, and we let them do those things. We are not taking care of their health. We are, because it's affecting their time to play, their time to connect with other children of their age. So we are giving children the screens and letting them uh, you know get attached and addicted to this screen so early. And I noticed that because some children who visit my house, and I've seen them walk around with phones, and they're young children, ages of 10, 15, between 8, 7, even 7 to, and some are even very young. You can imagine what you're doing to that child, because this is a brain that is growing, and the brain of a human being stops growing at the age of 25. So you can imagine the kind of setting we are setting these brains, how we are setting these brains for addiction, for things that are not healthy. Think about it. So we need, if us as adults, we need to set boundaries for this digital mess. That's, digital. We need to do a digital detox. Once in a while, you stay away from social media and you stay away from the things. Excuse me, my gadget is almost running out of battery, so I have to charge. Yeah, so what are we doing to our minds? What are we doing to our children's minds? Think about it. The fourth thing that you can do is practice silence. The Bible says, "Be still and know that He is God." So be still and know that I am God. Stay away from, you can keep away from phone, even if you have to put it on flight mode, please do. Just stay away from noise, stay away from anything that makes you think negatively, and just embrace those thoughts, just you and your positive thoughts. So create some room for silence. Number 5 is that you need to practice gratitude. There's always um, there's always growth in practicing gratitude, because that is where you create space for more to be added. If you don't recognize what you have, having extras will be a problem. So every day, write down at least three things that you are grateful for today. So every morning, or just at some point in your day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. So have a journal, a gratitude journal that you can use. You can have been writing these things, um, what you're grateful for, so that you keep on going back and realizing that I was yesterday, or maybe a year ago, I was thanking God for this. Look at where I am right now. And then you get a moment to celebrate your wins, your growth. And then lastly, which is the 6th point, is that you need to take routine checks of your mind. Take time to check on your mind. Take time to assess yourself. Take time to look back and see, what have I achieved so far? What have I been doing to achieve what I have achieved? Well, how have I nurtured my mind? How is my wellness on a scale of 1 to 10? How can I rate myself? How can I rate my mind on a scale of 1 to 10? So taking this time to, taking time to be compassionate with yourself, taking time to forgive yourself, taking time to celebrate your small wins, taking time to practice some gentle self talk. So as you check in, come back to yourself take time to come back to yourself and have a moment of compassion. Self-compassion is medicine. It heals a lot of wounds. So how compassionate are you with yourself? Have you forgiven yourself for your past mistakes? Have you even recognized what your past mistakes have been? And then celebrate those small wins and practice that gentle self-talk. Be kind to yourself. For example, you can say, I am doing the best I can with what I have right now. I'm doing the best I can with what I have right now. That is a compassionate talk to yourself. That is a gentle speech to yourself. And it's going to help you to realize that I don't need to really be hard on myself. I just can love myself as I am. Now, we cannot end this topic without even realizing some other things that really matter a lot. So, your spiritual journey, how is it? Asking yourself, how is my spiritual journey? Because faith and mental wellness go hand to hand, hand in hand. So faith and mental wellness, yes, your faith and your mental wellness, they go hand to hand. So prayer, meditation, gratitude, they go hand in hand with your mental wellness. So if you're not practicing these things, if you feel low, there are times in my life, some years back, I used to be that. Those who have watched my story can tell. You can remember or recall that I used to be a club girl. I used to really like fun and going out and having a drink. And when I stopped, I would miss these moments a lot. I would miss going out. Sometimes I wish I would just go out there with some friends and dance and have some drinks. But because I was trying to minimize, to stop it from being a routine and to grow something else, I had to grow these new habits of building my faith. So instead of, okay, when I feel that I miss some drink, I feel this, I would uh, just ask the Holy Spirit to fill that space. Ask the Holy Spirit to come and fill that space. The Bible in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, it says, come to me, all you who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. Come to me, you who are heavy burdened or who are weary, and I will give you rest. So why don't we place God in that space where we feel that we lack, where we feel that we have to go out there and do something else, something earthly for us to be filled up. So instead of doing that, instead of going for the drinks, instead of going out to hang out with people who don't add value to you, ask yourself, what can I do to change the situation with my God? How can I use what is God given for me to grow this part of me? So as we end, I want to give you a closing affirmation. And say after me. Today I choose peace over pressure. Today I choose peace over pressure, progress over perfection, and self-love over self-criticism. Today I choose peace over pressure, progress over protection, and self-love over self-criticism. So your mind is a sanctuary. So please treat it as so. Treat it as that sanctuary, because that is where you are going to breed every positive thing and every good thing that you are desiring. Once again, today I choose peace over pressure, progress over perfection, and self-love over self-criticism. Once again, thank you for being here with me to the end, and see you again on Wednesday. We are going to be talking about Wonder Wednesday, winning Wonder Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, and kindly leave your comments. Leave your comment down below so that you can share, your feedback. Share your feedback. Share also what you would like to hear in the episodes that are to come. See you soon, and I love you all. Thank you for being with me. Bye for now.